All right, what do you say, everybody? Day 2 of the Sandbox. And yeah, well, the first day was pretty good, man. I can't complain. It's cool. Cool the moon is lighting up everything tonight. That's awesome. But yeah, the first day went really well. We secured a vehicle. We've got pretty much everything we need as far as gear goes to do anything we want at the minute. Um, I mean, the shotgun is good. Well, I should say improvised rifle. It used to be called an improvised shotgun. I need to make some more arrows. We do need to do that. We've got a chest full of some decent loot to get us going. The vehicle is huge. I mean, we practically have a fully built vehicle other than a bumper and a passenger seat. The vehicle's huge on day one, but I mean, we're doing fairly well. Do we got a battery in here? We do not have a battery in here. Let's get us a battery. So, today I would like to get a base set up. I want to get a base started. I think we're going to kind of build somewhat into the pond here a little bit. I do have to finish up my little basic tutorials that I have. We can do that at any time though. Show flag area. So I do got a pretty good good little area we could build into the water some if we really wanted to. I think we will too. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. Let me turn the light on so you guys can see a little better, maybe. Yeah, it's a little better, but not much. Anyway, so we picked out the spot here in D3, right beside the pond, and this is actually a really good spot. Um, we've got the pond where we can get lots of food and stuff like that whenever we want. There is a bunker to our east that we can go in and get a bunch of stuff. We've got a pretty good sized town to our west, which is a really good town. We usually find pretty good stuff in there. We have D4 airfield, which we can secure us a plane, and the bunker is pretty legit inside there. There's all kinds of stuff we can get in there. Plus, along with other towns, we've got the big city, Summerbore City, which is another super great place for all kinds of gear. We went to the lumber yard, right. Let's see. I mean, no, right here. We went to the lumber yard and got our chainsaw. We started out right here, D3, D2 line. Pretty much got everything, including the Leica there. I do remember that there's a Rager there with an engine, so we can pick that up at some point. Yeah, man, this has been a really good start. The only thing I don't like is I don't like being all the way up on the edges of the map. I like to stay more centralized to the map because I like to float around to everywhere. I mean, obviously, like I said, we have a lot of different POIs we can search here, but you're gonna see me run through them kind of quick, get the stuff that I need, and then kind of venture out. So there's lots of other POIs that to explore and get things. So I like to bounce around and stay more centralized in the map as far as my base goes, and then bounce around and explore the map. That way you're never too far from any one corner or any POI that you want to go to. But like I said, this is a really good spot. So I think what we'll do, I do have the chainsaw. I have multiple chainsaws actually. We've got multiple chainsaws. One is a quest. I think we'll go ahead and use up this one while it still has fuel, I imagine. 'Cause they usually find them with fuel. Yeah. And I think we'll build a little starter base here somewhere. I know we can pretty much, at least used to be able to. Yeah, we can still go into the water here some, so we could do that if we really wanted to. It's a little tall. We might have to do a little step down to do it because the land in the water is a little low. But we might have to do a little step down, but that's okay. We can make something work here. I think we'll start. I don't want to be in the bushes, and I don't want to go too high. So we should be able to fit 3 little spaces right about here. Let's start here and see what we end up with. Would like to. Let's do here, actually. Let's do here. Might have to push her out. Let's see how this works out right here, like this. Right on the bank. I like that. So we'll just cut down a bunch of trees, and then what we'll do is we'll use the car to gather up our wood. This is the beauty part about having the car early. All right, so the sun's coming, which is great. We'll go ahead and get this started. So I think I started collecting some of the knives and stuff. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, I got some knives here. So I'm going to use these knives here to build our base. We're going to save our cleavers and our bushmen till last. I'll take these sticks as well. We'll go ahead and use them in our base. And then as far as rope goes, so one of the reasons we picked up all the wire is because this wire acts just like our rope for our base. And I don't like crafting rope, so I always pick up a bunch of wire in the very beginning, so that we can just go like this. Bam! Got our first base platform right there. We'll do another one there. Bam! Bam! And then as far as the branches go, you have to be careful with what you use to cut it up. So we did have an axe here. It's the trainer axe. So if we take the axe, we can cut these into cut this branch into sticks. And then you have to be careful with what you use to cut the sticks up to break them down. But you want to break the sticks down a little bit to make sure that they don't. Make sure you get the maximum amount of sticks out of what you're doing. So we'll take all these little sticks for now. These small sticks. You got small sticks and long sticks. We'll take all the small sticks for now. And we shall put those into our platform. See how far we can go out before we run into issues. And then the other thing is you want to be careful with what you use as far as your cutting device that goes into your platform. So like I'm using the axe, but I want to save that for now because I have these junk butter knives and stuff. So we use the kitchen knife instead to fill it. And then small sticks, 10-meter wire, same there, and then some logs. Then we'll take these logs up here, drag them down. And you can use a box too. Like I would start out by building a box. I'm not going to be building very long, but if you plan on building your base, like I would build a box or get your car and drive it down to where your vehicle to where you're going to build, and then just fill it in, pull stuff out from there. Hopefully, yeah, we can do it. We're gonna make our foundation perfect. Some more logs out here. But I'm just gonna build. I'm gonna get this thing started, and then we're going to go do some looting. I don't want to spend all morning, all the daylight on building the base. All right, logs are good. So now, here's where we'll have to vary. So if I take this butter knife and break this stick up into small sticks, see, it only gave me 3 sticks. And that's not what I want. What I want is to take one of these long sticks, and the axe should break this into 5 sticks. And the chainsaw is something else that's bad for it. Like, you can cut the sticks with a chainsaw, but you won't get 5 sticks out of it. See, there's 5 sticks. So this little kitchen knife only gives us 3. Same with these, I imagine. But the axe gives us 5. And there's different things that give you 5. Like the cleaver will give you 5. I believe the bushman will give you 5. There's just certain things you'll have to play with it and figure out. I prefer the bushman, or I prefer the cleaver and the metal saw to do all this most of the time. All right, and now I want to lower this into like a little dock kind of thing. So we're gonna go Alt. If we hold Alt and our scroll wheel, we can lower our platform. I'm going to lower it just to where it's above the water. And then we'll build this one. Don't use my axe. And we need to, alright, so first, since it's about to rain, here's something we need to do. Let me see if I picked up any duct tape. I did pick up duct tape. And I do have things. Oh, I hear it. Here we go. Even better. A bag. Then what we have is clothing. I need a bag and 20 duct tape. Bam. And a knife. Craft a raincoat. Improvised raincoat. This should keep us dry from the rain. At least on our top portion. And we'll go ahead and fix it. So staying dry and staying warm is the key to not getting sick in this game, because the new illness system in the game will make you sick. So you need to stay dry and need to stay warm. So while we're doing what we're doing right here, we're gonna make this improvised raincoat, and you see how easy it was. We just had that bag and the duct tape. You can also make the bag if you go into right here. You just need 4 rags and some rope, which you're wearing rags and rope. If you can find clothes anywhere, make it, and then get some more duct tape and make the raincoat, and you are solid at that point. Because what you'll notice is my raincoat will be wet, and then some of my other things will be wet, like my pants. I'm wearing rubber boots, so we don't have to worry about that. My backpack will probably, it's getting wet. Quiver's getting wet. Hell, everything's getting wet. Oh no, the armor sits on the outside of my vest. There, we're kind of getting wet with our animal skin jacket. Kind of getting wet there, but it's a lot slower than everything else. As you can see, everything else is already pretty much getting wet pretty quickly. So. But this raincoat's going to help us a lot. Alright, let's get some more sticks and 2 logs. Build it, and then I want to see if the staircase is going to work. It is overlapping, so it's not low enough. So we need to try to go lower with our other foundation if we can. Alt, scroll wheel. Yeah, right there is about the same height. Yeah, it's the same height. Okay, well. So we're not going to be able to do that unless we're just going to drop down. It's okay. We'll just keep building this then. We'll destroy that one. Some more logs, which looks like I'm going to need to cut another tree down. Grab another stick or 2. Alright, a couple more logs. We'll just use our car. Alright, we need to be really careful here, but I'm going to drive right on out onto my platform. Drop my logs and my branch, and we'll back her up. And actually, I'm going to go cut down a couple more trees. Looks like a good place. Now, I'm not going to need too many more sticks here, so I'm just going to collect the logs. These small logs are not what I need. These small logs came from the bush. I need the logs from the trees. But I don't need too many more sticks, so I'm not going to collect too many branches. Alright. Bam. Bam. Let's see how far we can actually go up. And actually, I think I'm going to go one more over, too. It's going to be I think I'm going to change this up. I was going to do like a little small base, but I think I'm going to cover up some of this area. Alright, let's get one of these knives out real quick, because I want to make sure I use up the knife. Alright, then we can take and kind of stand in the middle here. That way we can reach our logs. And let's see, I'm about to move some over. Oh, that one's got logs. We need sticks there. Alright, let's see. Let's chop this up. Need to keep an eye on our food too. I gotta pee as well. Let me go ahead and pee. We got poop too. See if we can back her up and get her in the water. Actually, no, we're gonna get a present. Let's go to a bush. So if you got the I believe the support pack 1. When you use the bathroom on your first poo, you should get a surprise. I may have already done it though. I think I did it the other day. I think I got an M9 mag, if I remember right. Nope, I got a chocolate. That's a quest item. Different server, I guess. There we go. Put this in our box. Alright, now let's cut up some of these bigger sticks real quick. This is also going to help our survival skill. As we cut up sticks. As we cut up sticks, we're going to gain survival. As we build the base, we're going to gain engineering. And then as we cut up sticks, we're going to gain awareness. We're going to gain a lot of stuff right here doing this. Plus, on top of that, we're gaining strength and everything. Take a quick break, eat this. I want to keep my exhaustion down while I'm doing this, because this building bases usually wears you out, makes you exhausted, and then if you get exhausted in C2, it makes it hard to run around and do things. So let's see how full we can eat the rest of it. I need some protein though. That's the main thing. I need protein right now. We've got a lot of fat in our system from something. I'm thinking we had some rice or something. So we got a lot of fat in our system. We need protein. The vegetables are giving us carbs and a little bit of protein, but not much. How much can we eat? We can eat another one. Let's see what a protein we got in the box. We got the chocolate. We got some rice. Don't want that stuff though. We do need to get a garden going. I'll show you what we're going to do for that here a little later. We do got some cheese and some pasta, but we don't have any good form of protein. Actually, let's drink this coffee while we're building the base as well. It's going to give us a little boost in stamina. Okay, we'll just have to keep eating our skewers for now. Alright, let's see. I'm going to go back to chopping these long sticks. So the other thing you could do while building your base is drink alcohol. I don't have any alcohol right now, but if you was to drink alcohol while you're building your base, it would freeze your carbs, so your carb usage wouldn't go down, and your protein level would slowly go down. Because as you can see, like my usage is 6.0 grams of protein, and then my carbs usage is 164 right now, because I'm out of breath. I'm breathing real hard, out of stamina kind of thing. Actually, I think I do got a bottle of alcohol up here. Let me show you. One reason I don't like using it is because it pauses your dexterity gain. And because we took no dexterity to start with, I don't want to lose my dexterity. I don't want to lose my dexterity gain, because as you can see, I'm gaining 12,000, I'm losing 12,000 grams of fat a day. So every in-game day, I'm losing that amount of fat, and that's gonna boost my dexterity super crazy. Yeah, I do got alcohol right here. So let's see, we're still on a high usage. Let me go back and get out of stamina again, so you can see as I catch my breath, my usage is going back up. So my stamina is gaining and my usage is going down for how much I'm using. So that's where your usage comes in. The more out of breath and how hard you're working, the more food you use at the same time. So let me chop a couple more things here. I'll get out of stamina again. That's pretty good, actually. So we're at 147 usage of food right now. Let me take a drink of alcohol. And bam. Now we're not using any food because we're using our alcohol. And so if we have carbs in our system, the protein is going to be protected by the carbs. But if we didn't have any carbs in our system, we would use our protein super fast. But because we have alcohol in our system right now, we're not using any carbs at all. We are still using the fat, which is what we want. We want to use fat. We don't want to use carbs because carbs protects the protein. So now I can build this base. I can sit here and build the base as I keep drinking the alcohol and do that. I wouldn't drink too much at once. I like to do like 1 swig or 2 swigs at a time, and depending on what you're drinking, like the Absent Father, if you drink way too much of that, you can kill yourself. So, because it's like the strongest alcohol you can get. So let's keep building here a little bit. Need a log. Let's do one more here. There, basic engineering, nice. So that was actually really easy to get basic engineering there. Alright, we're going to delete this one for now. I don't think I want... Yeah, I think we're going to do our garage door right here. Like that. Actually, I'll just build that now. Let me fill this in. Fill that in. Fill that in. And so I think we're going to do... a 3x3 garage. I'm not quite sure what we'll do with this yet. Over here, actually, we're gonna need a pretty big garage. Let's just do. Let's see. Let's do a double door garage. And then we'll use this as a wall. We'll probably do this like a closet or something over here. I don't know. Maybe we'll do a porch. Maybe it'll be part of the porch. Maybe we will build another section there. Like that. Go one more here. Let me make sure I use my butter knife because I used my axe on some of that. And then if you hold shift and F, you'll put as many pieces that you have in your area into the thing all at once, versus having to push the button multiple different times. Alright, need 2 more sticks there, and then we need to get some more logs. And as you can see, I'm getting like a hazy effect, and that's from me being drunk. And I'm not gaining any more dexterity. So that's one of the reasons why I don't like using it, because it freezes it until your alcohol level is gone. But if you do want to stack, like if you do want to stack your food up, you could easily take a drink of alcohol and then eat some food, and then that'll get your food stacked up while the alcohol is in effect. So that's something else that's important. Because we're not using any of our carbs and we're barely using any of our protein, so we're basically losing the alcohol and saving the rest. So you could actually sit here and save your food. If let's say you don't have enough food, you can save your food too by just taking a couple swigs of alcohol, beer, the vodka, anything. All right, let's move these logs over. I think I'm pretty much down to my last bit of logs, so I got a couple left, looks like. I'm gonna go get some more logs. Alright. Fill that in. Fill this in. Put another one there. Fill that in. Get 2 logs over here. And what I need? 1 more log over here? No, I need stick. Need a stick. 1 stick. Bam. Okay. So, I think what we'll do is this shall be our garage. Pretty good sized garage. Let's see if we can make that work there. Need to be careful with my knife usage. Get some logs. Need some more sticks. Okay. I think that'll work for the moment. I should probably go out 1 more. I don't have anything planned at the moment. I'm kind of winging it all, so I'm kind of just eyeing it up and seeing what we got here. You know, I kind of want to go. Let's take this back down. I think we'll go all the way this way with the garage. I think that's what we'll do. I think this will be the main storage area over here. Although it's a little hard to do the Rager, because the Rager will be hard to get past the supports. It doesn't really like to turn inside the base when you got a bunch of supports. But we'll see what we can make happen. Maybe we make something work. We'll see what happens. So for now, I don't want to go. I don't want to go chasing a bunch more logs at the moment because I do want to get out and use up the sunlight. So let's put a couple of these in for now, and we'll figure out some supports as well. But these are just rope and sticks, so we got plenty of that laying here at the moment. And I've used up, see, I used up my axe instead of my knife. Gotta be careful with that. We can get more, and tomahawks are super easy to craft, so it's not like it's really that, it doesn't really matter that much, but you know, it can be beneficial not to use them. And I need more rope. Let's see. So we need more rope as well. And I don't want to sit here and make a bunch of rope, so I'll make some just to finish up what we got. We've actually got some extra sticks here. There we go. That's good enough. I'll grab some extra sticks. And then as far as the support goes, I think what we'll do is we'll try to do these supports here. Flip it so that it clears up the space along the middle here where the door is. Maybe we can, if we have just enough here to where we can angle vehicles around in the door, maybe we'll be fine there. So then we'll put like that. I am going to need some more. I am going to need some more sticks or logs though for this. Like that. And one there. Actually, no. We can do a regular one here. I just want to cover going this way so that we keep this open. Everything else can get a regular one. Actually, this can be a regular one as well. So the hard part about doing these is if you want to go high, you have to use the full supports in order to go high, because if you go high, then you will basically be unstable at the top, and if you use these L-shaped ones, so you have to use the full supports to go high, like that. And that's how we'll do that. And then we'll just fill in the rest of these with full supports. And then maybe, okay, so that's all we got there. And do I need logs? I do. Let's get one more run of logs and then we'll call it on the base for the moment. right, this chainsaw is out of fuel, so I'm gonna switch, and we're gonna keep this 100% one. We'll use this one as a quest item as it pops up. All right, we'll finish this up here. So the supports, if you're building a PvP base, the supports are super important as well. I do want to say that, because if you're building a PvP base, if you don't build these supports, then you have the possibility of, when you get raided, all your stuff above you, including the floors, come down. But if you have the supports where these floors can connect, then the supports will keep the floors up, versus having no floor or no support. Like if you don't put a support here, or here, then when they destroy this wall, the only thing that's holding this up is this. The only thing that's holding this floor up is this wall, and everything above that is going to come down with it. So if you don't have 3 supports, then that's what happens. I mean, obviously we are in a sandbox mode, but we also have to kind of prepare for building a big base if we want to build a big base too. So, that's the next thing. The supports will only work, or the upper floors will only work if you have supports. So you want to do this now, because if you forget it, then it'll be trouble later. So like later, let's see. Let me see if I can show you. So see how I can put a floor here, but if I try to put a floor here, I can't, because I need, or a wall, I should say. If I try to put a wall here on this platform, I can't, because I don't have one here yet. So the supports have to be down in order to get that up top there, and they have to go all the way around as well. So that's how you build walls upstairs if you want them. So it's easier just to build the supports now versus later. Let's see, what are we missing? We need more rope. Okay. So we have to make some more rope. We can just cut these rest of these trees up. These tree branches, I should say. Alright, let's delete this. And let me check my supports one more time. I want to at least make sure I got the ones in this corner done, which I believe I did. Need one there, though. This one is good. Alright, I think we're good there for the moment. We could change it later if we need to. So, basically what I've done here is I was looking to make a spot to where we could pull a Rager in, because the Rager's like crazy big in these spaces. No driving, but we'll get there. So basically what I want to do is basically take a Rager, and I want to come in, and I want to pull in, and then I want to be able to back into the spot. That's what I want to do. That's where I want to put Rager at. And then we'll have to figure out which spot to put it in, because it will be a little bit of a pain to pull out still. But we can get it. We'll figure it out. And we could also just back it in. So we could back it in. Just go straight into this spot over here. And then we'll park the Rager there. That's kind of what I was looking at. Alright, I don't want to waste the log. What do I need for doors? There's a log. That's a log. How many logs I got left? Got one there. And one there. Okay. And then we can finish up our floor. Let's see. And before our axe gets too far down, if this is the only one we got, we need to fix it. Preferably with the workbench, but if we got sharpening stones, we can do it that way as well. So, okay. I think this will work out. I probably could have done the L shapes on majority of this, because I think I'm only going to go up 2 floors. But this will work out just fine. But we've got a nice little garage. I think I'll just run it to maybe here, and then so basically like this. We'll take the garage, and I need to tear out some of these supports right here to fit these walls in that I was gonna do. So I think what we were gonna do is this with the like that. There's a wolf. Maybe we'll do the door here. We'll do this door, single door. Like that. And then we'll do walls for the garage. And then I need to take these back out and put walls back up. We'll do garages in here like this. Let's see, what do I got? Do I have enough to build these? I think I'm out of logs. Yeah, I'm out of logs. I need 1, 2, 3 more logs. And I think that'll be it. I'll pick up the rest of our rope that I made. Put these in our box. Let me destroy these supports. Put walls here. And let's throw this stuff back in the box if we can. We can't. We'll have to carry it down. It's alright. You can double click this box here and it'll follow you if you want to drag it anywhere. So now it's in the base. Put this stuff in here for now. I don't think I'm going to need any more knives. I don't think I'm going to need the axe anymore. Let's get one more batch of logs. Bam, 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 bam. I need one more log over here, buddy. Oh, I need some sticks. That's just fine. We got them. Bam. And then floor. Bam. And I need to do supports here later as well. Actually, I probably got the logs. Let me just do the supports now. I think I need one there, and do we need one here? Don't think so. I think we're good. I think we're good on the rest of it. Bam, bam. More log. And I need the rope and the knife. Spoke too soon. 2 ropes, a knife. Alright, just to make sure one more time. No supports needed. Doesn't look like it. Everything looks good. Alright, so this is our garage. And a door. Need a door. Need another stick. Door. Alright. So we've established that. I got 2 logs that are going to despawn, but it'll be alright. Okay, so next up on our task, what we need to do is I want some metal boxes. So we need to figure out what we need here. I need 9 scrap, 6 nails, and 21 toolbox uses, and 2 lead plate. Alright, so since we have our foundation down, we've got a vehicle, we've got some pretty good stuff going for us. I'm going to actually take the rain jacket off for now, because I don't want to ruin it. I want to keep it good, and if I get hit by a puppet or something, it'll get ruined. Let me make sure our gear is fixed. I need to figure out how to fix these boots. I don't think there's a way to fix these boots yet. But since we have hiking boots somewhere in here, I think they're in the car. Yeah, I think they're in the car. Let me grab an extra set of shotgun shells since we're probably going to be out for a while. We got our food. I will take our rice, and I'll take a couple of bottles of water. I'm going to go ahead and get a drink of water now. You just drink straight from if you drink straight from the pond, you're going to get the 200 milliliters of water versus the 100 milliliters of water out of each drink of your bottle. So I'm just going to take 2 drinks here. 3 is usually good if you're at 0. I'm just going to take 2. I'm going to leave the alcohol here as well. I do also have screwdrivers in the car. We got a lot of screwdrivers. I'm going to put this stuff in the car. There's the hiking boots. So I'm going to keep the hiking boots. And the rain jacket we will leave here and here. And actually, no, I'm gonna take the box with us because we're gonna go to the trader first. Because the first thing we need to do, because we had a cell phone somewhere, I thought. Let's see. Yep, we have a cell phone. So we can go to the trader. Do we have a smartphone battery? And since I got an extra thing of tape, can we fix... I haven't found anything to fix these yet. Okay, so we can use duct tape on the rubber boots. Nice. And you got to use a lot of duct tape, but you can use it. We'll keep the rubber boots. We'll keep the rain jacket. Get our cell phone. We got antibiotics, painkillers, vitamins. We got some money in our card and some bandages. We got food that we're going to put in the car. Let's do that. I'm going to take another bite of this since we're using up our food. And what we're going to do is we're going to head up to the trader. We're going to see about quest here. And then we're probably going to go to the scrap yard. 1, to get scrap. 2, to get bolts and nails. 3, to level up our engineering. And that's going to be important for us at the moment. So I think that's what we're going to do next. Let me put this in here. Do I have extra sticks? I got these. Do I have extra sticks laying in here? I got that one. I got that one. Those. Oops, not that one. That one. I got all these extra sticks here. I'm going to cut these sticks up and make some arrows. So I need to get the cleaver, uncraft, chop. And I'm just going to make a bunch of arrows real quick. Alright, so we made a bunch of arrows. Pick them all up. We don't need all of them, so we'll put some away. Where did our bushman go? Right there. Put that back in our hotkey. And I think we're good for the moment. We're going to head to the trader and see. That's like on our little objective mission there that's been floating on the side of our screen for a minute anyway. Let's go to the trader. So we're going to go to the trader, see what quest we can get, being that we have the cell phone, and get our day started. Alright, so we just went down the street from our base. There is a tractor here that needs a wheel and a seat, but it has a battery and an engine. So I think we're going to secure that for the next time we start base building again, because that'll come in handy. So I need to make sure we grab a wheel and a seat from something else. So the tractor at the gas station actually has a seat and a hood too, so we could actually do that as well. Oh, I forgot my bow. It's all right. We'll use our knife. High strength with melee and brawling. That's what happens to puppets. All right, so we'll secure the seat. Actually, we can do this anytime. This will be here for a minute. This one does not have a battery, but it also has some other components that we can get off of it too, like a door and stuff like that. So we'll leave it for here. It's at the gas station right down the street from the other one, and we can easily come back and do that, no problem. There's a Ruger. I don't have any money in the bank for fuel at the moment, so that's another reason why I want to go to the trader. Duct tape. We need to take all the duct tape we can get at this point, seeing how we're using it for raincoats, and we'll be using it for other things as well later. Just another jack. There's a light, and I believe we need these lights. I think we need all the lights for the new lighting. Let's see. Oh, this is gas light. Okay, so we don't need those. We just need fuel containers for the gas lights. But for the DLC, you need other lights. So I think we'll save up some of the lights. And we got plenty of them laying around here, so. We will take some extra knives, being that we're using them for our base. There's a saw. That's perfect. Some more alcohol if you want it. Those are also quest items, and then there's some food. It's a little high in fat, but it'll work. I'll go ahead and start collecting a couple bolts and nails, even though we're gonna have plenty here in a minute. All right, anything else? We got the shed here. There's a toolbox and another light. Some gunpowder and some gloves. We'll need the gloves for kill boxes. There's some nails. Perfect. Okay. We could secure some scrap here while we're here as well, but we don't need it that bad. And then we'll have to make another box as soon as possible because I am running out of space for stuff in the vehicle and in that other box. I need to organize it a little bit though. So let's keep going to the trader. All right, we just had a cargo drop announce. It's in C2 in 10 minutes. So by the time we get done at the trader, the cargo drop should come. It's just south of us right now on the map. So up here by the radio tower. So once we're done with the trader, we'll go up and get the cargo drop, and then we'll see what the radio tower has for us. Okay, so my first priority at the trader, being that this is the first time I'm here, and even if I didn't have a vehicle, my first priority is to make sure I have a sector spawn. I believe a sector spawn is $1,000 or $2,000. I've got them mixed up at the moment because of the different servers I play on. But a sector spawn is $1,000 or $2,000. And what that does is if you die, it allows you to respawn back in the sector that you choose or the one you died in, your pick. You can get a respawn, a random spawn for like $250, $500 kind of thing. And that'll basically just spawn you back in all over the map. Now you have up to negative $2,500 to have respawns. So like once you hit $2,500 negative $2,500, then your character goes into permadeath and you have to restart your character. So you always want to make sure that you are in the positive, and that way you can get stuff that you want. You don't owe any debt, and then make sure you have sector spawns and respawns so that you don't have to restart your character. So the first thing we're going to do is see what the general store trader has as far as quest. I have a bunch of stuff I can sell, but a lot of it's useful to me at the minute. So he wants a sewing kit. We do not have a sewing kit. We have improvised sewing kits. He wants a small toolbox. I don't believe we have that either. We may have a grinding stone. We definitely have 2 batteries, and we can check telephone booths. And I think I'm wearing the sexy shorts at the moment, so we can definitely get rid of that one. Yeah, I'm actually wearing the sexy shorts at the moment, so we'll definitely give him the sexy shorts. So 2 batteries and a grinding stone is, I believe, what we have left. Then we accept the quest and put the sexy shorts in the box. That gives us $550 right from the get-go. So now we have at least 1 spawn. Let's see what we have in here. Don't see a grinding stone off the get-go. We do have batteries. Let me see how many batteries we have. Do I have a battery in here? No. I do have a battery in here, though. There's 2 more batteries. And I don't see a grinding stone. So it looks like we're going to have to bypass that one at the moment as well. I do have a small toolbox. I could get rid of that. Okay, so on the batteries, you have your maximum capacity and your charges left. If you have something you could put a battery in, which the head torch takes these blue batteries, the cell phone takes the smartphone batteries. You can actually put it in and then see how much time you have left. This one has 73% of battery life left. And it says max capacity at 70, but it also says charge left at 1 amp hour. So you can also look at it that way. This one has 1.2 amp hour. This one has 8.8. This one has 1.1, and then this one has 1. So obviously these two batteries have the best time at the minute. But the other thing you have to realize is that just because they have the 1 amp hour doesn't mean it's good because of the maximum capacity. The maximum capacity is basically how durable the battery is. So let's say this one's got 1.1 and this one's got 1, right? So we'll put this in. This one has 73% battery life left. And if we flip it on, it says 46 minutes. Remove it. This one's at 46 minutes. We put this one in, flip it on. This one's at 50 minutes with 80% battery left. So obviously this one's still good. We'll keep it. And what's this one got? 64% left. But it has 50 minutes. So the amp hours and the percentages do matter, and it's just something you got to kind of look at and play with in order to figure out and get it nailed down to a science. So I'm going to keep these two batteries, and these two we're going to get rid of. I'll just keep the one in my torch for now. And we'll do the toolbox quest. Yeah. And then the other thing we're trying to do, which actually we should have completed our task. So I believe we are done with task. So we got our fame points that we got for the task, and this should have equaled up to about 20 fame points total. So all of these are done now. And then as far as our journal goes, we got one task completed. You can actually go in here, select the trader you have, and click on it and see how many quests you've done of each tier type. In the first tier, we want to get to 6 completed. Once we get to 6 completed, that unlocks tier 2. And then in tier 2, once we get to 12 completed, that unlocks tier 3. So what I typically do is I'll start with tier 1s and then unlock the rest of them as we go. I won't use any tier 1 items on tier 1 quest unless I need 6 tier 1 quests to complete. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to save that item that is a tier 1 quest item for the other traders, because each trader has their own quest to do. And then what I'm going to attempt to do is go to each trader and level up the quest at every trader. That way, when I need money or fame, I could just take some of the stuff I have, go to every trader, and level up really quickly with the tier 2, tier 3 quests. So as we get into the higher quest, the amount of recovery time you need from a death is super small amount of time. So you could easily die, lose half your fame, and then go to each trader in about an hour with some of the stuff that you have if you're established, and be back where you were within, half hour, 45 minutes of just doing quests or more, or you'll be better off than you were. So welcome. That's kind of where I try to do with the quest. So we got the small toolbox, we can accept it, and we need to turn it in, and then we can accept another one, which is the batteries. So we've got 3 done. We need 3 more here. But what that also does is since we completed 3 quests, we can now do quests at the armor. And you have to complete 3 quests at each one to unlock the next trader. So the general, it goes general, armor, mechanic, then doctor. So now we can go over here and see what this guy has for quest.
Welcome, stranger. Looking for work?
Alright, M9
what I
pistol.
got for you.
We do not have an M9 pistol yet. We do not have 3 boxes of 357 yet. We do not have an M9 flashlight yet. Kill puppets with a bow. That one's easy. That's probably the one we're going to take. 44, we don't have 3 boxes of 44 yet. We don't have 3 boxes of 50 yet. So I am going to check just to make sure I don't have a flashlight, but we haven't been to any police stations or anything like that, so we'll just skip it for now. We'll do the kill puppets with bows.
The sooner you
Because
get this done,
we're gonna do this one like right now, because we're gonna go up to the drop, which should have dropped by now. It's either getting ready to drop, or I don't see it up there yet. It should be up there when it drops, but it should be like right over there, if I'm not mistaken. So it hasn't dropped yet, but I have $2,000, so that gives me 1 spawn. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to get at least 2 spawns and money for fuel, because we need fuel at the moment as well. So let's do, these lights are usually a pretty good one to sell. I do need them for the base, but I could also go ahead, I can, at the rate we're picking them up, I'm sure I can get more. So let's go ahead and sell the lights, and then what else could we sell in here? The rest of this is really good stuff for later. We have a Leica alternator, so we could sell the Leica alternator. This is going to be good money here too. I think that's what we'll do. I think we'll get rid of the Leica alternator. We'll get another. We have an alternator in ours, so let's just do this. There's almost $1,000 plus $1,300 in the light.
If you want me to buy that,
and I have my card on me, which, remember, starter cards get destroyed in multiplayer servers, but in Sandbox it doesn't matter. I'm going to push bank, that way it goes straight into my bank, because it will deduct a fee if I try to deposit the money later. And then that is going to give me $4,500 in the bank. Now we have 2 spawns and money for fuel. So I actually have a little bit of cash on me. So if I go in here,
Greetings, valued customer.
use my card, and then push deposit, see it says bank commission is 2%. If I deposit this money into the bank, if I deposit cash into the bank, he takes 2% at the bank. He takes 5% at the ATMs. So if you try to deposit money into the bank out in the world, at ATMs, you're going to lose 5%. But if you sell something and deposit it directly into your bank, you don't lose any money at all. So, all right, we're going to go to the scrapyard after this drop, but let's head up to the drop and see what we got going on up there. I need to grab my box. There we go. And we should be seeing the drop here any minute. Alright. We should be right down the hill from where the drop's going to be. So once we get up here, we should see puppets. If we don't see puppets up here where the drop is, then it's probably going to be drop ships that's going to be guarding the drop. Which we should see puppets any moment now. And actually, I need to grab some screwdrivers for the drop. I thought I had them on me. One, two, 4, and 6, plus some screwdrivers. Should see some puppets right here any moment now. Well, we're pretty much standing on the drop. There's some puppets. I'm gonna kill all these puppets anyways, because I want to level up my archery. Got behind me. Give me my arrow back, man. And we got level 1. Need to fix my jacket. Fix my backpack and stuff as well. Should be good. Where's the other one at? He's right here. So one problem we have right now is that even though you kill these puppets, they just continually spawn in. See, there's another one just spawned in. So even though you sit here and kill them, they just keep spawning in. They don't stop. That's one big problem with the game at the moment. And he actually took an arrow to the face and didn't even phase him. That should have killed him. That's another problem we have with the game. The arrows and bow function is not functioning properly. These guys have spawned back in. So the drop should be coming any moment now. See, he spawned back in. Look, he literally spawned right behind me. See them all just spawn back in. So the drop should have failed by now. So it may be bugged out because I definitely spent at least 10 minutes at the trader. He just spawned in. She just spawned in. These guys just spawned in. And I think the drop is bugged out, so I think we're about done here. Batteries are quest items. You just spawned in. Alright, I think we're going to back off here because the drop should have dropped by now. And it's not, so. Kind of just wasted some time there. I mean, we leveled up our archery, but I mean, it wasn't really worth the cost. We could have done some other stuff. So I did, this stuff is kind of like infected, so I was going to take one of my antibiotics for now, just to get rid of it. All right. So our next task that we have is that our vehicle needs fuel. So we have a couple options. We either coast it over here as best we can. We can go down the C3 fuel station, which is right here. We can coast down that way the best we can. Or we go down to the fuel station in B2. B2 is probably going to be the best option because it's straight and it's for the most part straight from where we are and downhill as soon as we reach the top of this hill. So that's what we're going to do. That way we can coast and not use up as much fuel. When we're idling, when we're just sitting here idling, we don't use very much fuel. So I don't think it uses any fuel, to be honest with you. So we'll go up here to the top of the hill and then just coast down to get some fuel now that we got money in the bank. But the idea behind the fuel is if you're running low, the more you're in the throttle, just like in real life, the more you're in the throttle, the faster you use it. So if you do like some coasting functions, you know, give it a little throttle, let it coast a little bit, and give it a little throttle, coast a little bit, you'll definitely have some leadway with saving fuel. And I'm gonna bypass this town. We bypassed the radio tower as well for now. I want to go to the scrapyard and do some stuff there before it gets too late. Right, here she is. So you want to be careful rolling up to these gas stations. NPCs and puppets, especially the beepers, can spawn in, and that's not a good day. That puppet spawned in today, and they got aggroed to the car. So one of the reasons why I say you want to be careful. Not sure what he's doing. There's a mountain bike. It's a good find. There we go. Some 22 ammo for our pistol. What's that? Ooh, there's bulletproof armor. Nice. That's a good find. Good, solid find. There's another Bushman. It's another good find. Some money. Do not need that. We'll take the money, though. Butter knife, we're alright. Kitchen knife, we're alright for the moment. See what we got in here. Rags. Nothing special in there. There's a waste bag. I don't think we have a... Yeah, we do got a waste bag. This here is good for crafting toolboxes and stuff. Another rag, we're good there. Screwdriver, perfect. Okay, the mountain bike's cool find. I definitely don't want to mountain bike it all the way up to our base, though. I'd like to find one by our base. Brake oil is a quest item. Gloves we'll need for the kill box. And everything else is pretty much normal here. Scrap, we don't need any of that. So in the beginning of Sandbox, the fuel stations do not spawn full of fuel. You only get a little bit. So we're going to take as much as we can. I don't think this will fill up. Yeah, about 3/4 of a tank there. So it's good enough for now. We got another gas station we're going to drive by anyway. Let me get our driving up. Alright, let's put this stuff in the car. We need to make another box pretty soon. And actually we need to put these screwdrivers in the car as well. and the 22 ammo. And just so I don't forget, I need to eat. So let's get some food out for later. Alright, we're going to bypass this town. Go to the, we're going to go over here to B0 gas station and then to the scrapyard. So here we found a Rager. So we found a Rager, and I don't remember what all that other Rager needs up by us, but this one actually has a seat and one wheel and a battery. I'm actually going to take the battery for sure, and the alternator. That's solid, so we can definitely get our other Rager up and going that's up there. Do we have room for the wheel? I think we do, so I am going to take the wheel. This is one that we could fix up later and sell, but money is not really that big of a thing for me. I like to just find most everything that I need. So for the most part, I really don't need the money. We can find everything. So I'm just going to take it for its parts, so I can fix up the other one. And I'll put that in there. And I need to eat as well. All right. Continue on. Alright, here we are with the next fuel station. I see one puppet already. See if we can just rile them up. As long as we don't rile up a beeper, we'll be alright. That's it, run. There we go. Alright, we should be able to finish topping this thing off from here, and then we'll, if we have enough, we'll fill up our jerry can as well. Okay. And $22, it's not much, but it's some. Let's get another skewer out. Eat it. Alright. Actually, let's check the gas station real quick. I did see that there's a quad over here. Does it have a battery? It does. So we're stealing all the batteries we can get because we're going to use the hell out of them later. For killing mechs. So we're stealing all the batteries. Let's see what we got in here. Some more money. There's a needle. That's a quest item. There's some more money. Another light. Cooking pot. We'll get another one in town. We're right by the town. A knife. We'll get another one of those by the town. What we got back here? Some more shotgun shells. More money. And I think I'll just go ahead and eat the apple. Pretty full at the moment. Vitamins are looking good. More money. Nice. Take the saw. That'll be handy. Another needle for a quest. Scissors are quest. And they are the best things to use to cut up clothing. And I shall keep it. More scissors. Nail. And a screwdriver. Nice. And I think that's everything you can find here. You could search the cars, but that's it for the most part. Okay, to the scrapyard. Alright, here is the scrapyard. Now you can pretty much play this however you want in sandbox mode. There's no real rules or anything that you should or have to follow. You can drive into the scrapyard and just, you know, centralize your vehicle and loot and then dump stuff in it. That's a perfectly normal thing if you're going to do that on Sandbox. But you could also spawn in a bunch of NPCs, and the NPCs could take you out while you're in there, and all your stuff will be in there. So it's kind of your call on how you want to do it. I'm just going to park here for now, right outside. PvP, multiplayer servers, unless it's a PvE server, I really wouldn't drive in at all. PvP, I definitely wouldn't. I wouldn't even get the vehicle close. But since we're here, sandbox mode, we can leave the car pretty close to the scrapyard without a worry. The first thing I want to do is I'm going to get some scrap, because what I want to do is build a couple boxes. One for the stuff that's in the car, and two, to collect some scrap. And what I want to do is build metal boxes, and I want to build 3 of them. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, and we have the red toolbox that we just picked up right here. So the red toolbox is not a problem. Boom, boom, boom. And there's a little bit left in it. I'll just repair the armor. There we go. Now we need nails, which we can get here as well, but I have nails on me. We need, it says it needs 12 nails each. We have 18 here. It should be plenty. If you drag the boxes down, so bolts, nails, and bobby pins, if you put the boxes in the lower part of your clothing and then put the clothing at the bottom of your screen, you can right click, left click, right click, left click, as fast as you can do it, instead of having to chase the button. So if I take these bobby pins here, I have to right click it and then come all the way down here to click take out. Right click it, come all the way down, take out. Right click it, come all the way down, take out. But if you put it down here in the bottom of your screen, you can right click, left click, right click, left click, as quick as you can do it. Bam, bam, bam. And we should have some lead plate here as well. We do. Bam, bam, bam. Got lead plate. Now, the lead plate, the nails, and the toolboxes we will probably find all here, but it's easier just to do what I have because I have it right now. So we'll get the scrap. These oil filters are quest items. And these are quest items. These are quest items. Another oil filter, it's a quest item. And I'm also going to make a suppressor out of the oil filters as well. And then you could actually start collecting bolts and nails as well. So I can put this stuff down here. And what I like to do is put the bolts and nails at the top right corner of my backpack. That way, when I find it, like I didn't find any there, but when I find it in one of these things that I'm searching, don't need that. Some more scrap. Some more scrap. Kind of like this. There's a nail. Boom. Don't have to go very far for it. Bolt. Don't have to go very far for it. Bolt. Bam. Search that one. Some more scrap. And a big generator. Perfect. Bolt. Like that. Alright, let's take this generator over to the car. Something I wanted to find early. And we did. That's awesome. Yep, here comes the rain. So, get our raincoat out. Even though we're a little hot, we could take this jacket off. This jacket will cool us down a little bit. Switch it out for the raincoat. And we'll go ahead and switch out our boots as well. Now we got our boxes. And I can dump some of this stuff in. So I'm going to take and call one of these quest items. And another one is going to be dump box. And the other one is going to be loot run. Now, basically, I'm not going to record all of this, but all of my important items, like my screwdrivers that are in this bag, they're going to go in the loot run box. The items that I'm not really concerned with, or I just want to get it off my person for real quick, is going to go in dump box. This stuff I'm probably going to keep. Just like the wheels, batteries, the jack. So I have a jack. This is quest item. This chainsaw I'm keeping. This chainsaw is a quest item. Alternator for the Rager I'm keeping. It's going to go in the dump box. These wrenches are for tools, but they're also quest items. We got our gun. I'm going to keep it. This drill is a quest item, but I haven't made a workbench yet, so I'm keeping it. So just stuff like that. And then I'm going to sort through all this stuff, and then we'll see what happens later. Okay, so we cleaned out our car. Car is cleaned out now. We have a quest box. So this is stuff for quest. We have a dump box, which is just dumping random stuff in it for later. I can sort all this stuff out later. This is my sort later box kind of thing. Then I got a loot run box with some important things in it. I haven't quite got all the important things out, but these are like things that I'm going to use pretty much normally I'm going to take with me where most of the places I go as far as Sandbox goes. And then I made a scrap and a bolt and nail box. So this is how I typically run a vehicle in a PvE or Sandbox mode, and I'll run this stuff and go from there. Then and all of these boxes will fit directly in our car, and we still got a little bit of room. So, and our generator is actually in here as well. No, it's not. It's right here. So we actually we should be able to position the generator in the car if we move some stuff around, like so. Bam, generator is in. So we secured the generator and we made us some stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and leave the bolt and nail box out for the minute and the dump box out for the minute. We can do this since we're on Sandbox, nobody's gonna mess with it, but on PvP or PvE server, somebody could drive by and take it. So I'm also going to eat some more. I'm not going to eat all this. I'm going to eat 50%, and then we'll call it good there. I'm going to stop it at 49% so I don't use up the other portion of it. We still have one left. And we'll throw that back in the car. It's sitting up here. Alright. Need a pee. And poo again. This is what happens when you eat these vegetable skewers. You intake a lot but don't get a lot of calories and stuff out of it, so you end up pooping and peeing a bunch. Alright, so let me explain to you why we came down to the scrapyard. The scrapyard is one of the better places in the map to start if you know what you're doing. One, because you can get a boost in your engineering pretty quickly. What we're going to do is utilize the scrapyard to get up to medium or above. I want at least medium engineering. It looks like we're leveling it up pretty good right now, but I want at least medium engineering and bolts and nails. But one of the reasons why it's good to start here is because you have the gas station that's over here, the brickyard, the scrapyard, and between those two places, you should be able to gear yourself up enough to go inside of the bunker. So this is actually a really good place to start. You can get a backpack from the gas station. You can go to the brickyard and the scrapyard to kind of make you your armor, your good arrows, craft an improvised shotgun, get a suppressor for it, all kinds of different things you can do here. It's a really good place to start. But what I'm going to do is we're going to collect as much scrap as possible. On these scrap piles, you can search. There's multiple spots you can search in these scrap piles, so you got to kind of look for the differences in humps, like how this one goes a hump and then comes down and you got another hump and then you got another hump. So you have the potential to have different spots to search in the different areas of humps in these. And then of course you got the vehicles. There's all kinds of stuff to search. All right, so since I'm full of scrap, we're gonna go back to this original building that we were at when we came in. Do gotta watch for NPCs and stuff in here and puppets. We're kind of getting lucky at the moment, and not seeing any, but we do gotta watch for them. See anything in here? Looking good. But we're going to come to this drill press. You've got drill presses and lathes all over the place. And what you can do is make, fill your backpack and your gear up with scrap, and then make bolts and nails. And then what that's going to do is level up your engineering, your awareness, and get you some bolts and nails for later, which is what I need. I need some bolts and nails for later, because what I want is I want to go into a town and pick up everything but bolts and nails later. So if I do this, then I don't have to worry about bolts and nails later. And we're going to be able to level up our farming a little easier with this as well. Alright, so as you can see, we went from about 60% to 73%, and we've got a crap ton of nails right there with just that one go. What I like to do is, if I can get here early in the game, I'll do this from no engineering to medium engineering, and then for medium engineering, I'll go start working on my base, because what happens with the base is, and actually I'm going to leave these here for the moment because I'm going to go collect more scrap, but what happens with the base is, on the first level of base, like tier 1, all tier 1 elements, they cost the same amount as rather you're on no engineering or advanced engineering. They all cost the same amount of components. But once you get onto level 2, it gets to be where engineering matters. So the higher your engineering, the less components you need to build the base. So what I do is I'll come in here, I'll make bolts and nails. One, because we will definitely need them for upgrading the base later. And two, I have several other things to use for the bolts and nails, like toolboxes and stuff like that. And three, all of the base building stuff will be easier at that point for medium, because once we get medium, we'll build the base to level. We'll build our level 1 base, and then by the time we're done building our level 1 base, we'll get to advance, which means we'll basically not need as much resources to build anything else. Alright, so now on this batch I'm going to make bolts. Okay, so we went from about 73% to 88%. So I'm going to do like 1 or 2 more bags. We realistically, we might just do 2 bags, 1 for bolts and 1 for nails. That way we're even. And then we'll go from there. Here's a smartphone battery. We can take the smartphone battery and put it in our smartphone and actually turn it on to complete this kill puppets quest. There, complete, and then turn it back off, because that battery isn't going to last very long. It's a pretty junk battery. Okay. So we got 1 more backpack filled. And we got a puppet who wants to come play. Sorry, puppet. Bad move. Alright, let's do 1 more batch of nails. 88%. And there's medium engineering. So we got to medium engineering there. That's great. We will stack all this up. And yep, everything's stacked there. Let's do one more batch of bolts just to have even stacks of bolts and nails, and then we'll call that good. All right, so I got my next backpack ready to go with bolts and nails, or with scrap for bolts and nails, and we've already hit engineering, and I don't even think I think we did maybe a third of the scrapyard to go from what was about 50% engineering to 50% basic engineering to medium, and that's about all we need for now. It is beneficial to have higher engineering from the get-go, but I don't like to grind skills out. I like to just do I like to kind of play naturally and level up as I can naturally. I don't want to sit around and grind out a bunch of skills. So we'll just we'll craft the bolts and nails to medium. Then as we upgrade our base, we'll continue level, or not upgrade, but finish building our base. We'll level up the engineering some more. And then wherever we're at, if we need to get to advanced engineering for like making ammo to kill mechs, we'll do it. We'll worry about it at that point. But for now, this is perfect. Okay, so we made it to 3% engineering into medium, which we went up another 2%, and then we collected quite a few bolts and nails. Now this isn't a lot of bolts and nails, to be honest. It's a good bit for the beginning of the game, but once you get higher up into stuff, leveling up your base and stuff like that, you'll realize really quickly that this is nowhere near enough bolts and nails. But for now, it's perfect, and we'll just stack all these up down here. So with this being said, the only time I'm going to pick up bolts and nails now is if I find boxes of like 18, 19, 20 bolts or nails. That's the only time I'm going to pick up bolts and nails for now on, because it's easy to just grab a big full box of bolts and nails, because if I was to say grab this box here, this 12 box of nails, that means I'm kind of wasting one extra space over two nails, you know. So for now on, I'm just going to pick up like 18, 19, 20 uses of box of nails and bolts. Other than that, I'll probably just come back and make some if I need it. So as of right now, bolts and nails are good to go. What I am going to do is probably grab one more backpack of scrap for in here. We will need it. And then we're going to loot the area. So I'm going to go up that way because I know I haven't looted any of it for scrap yet. And we're going to collect the scrap. And then we're going to search the scrapyard for useful stuff. And actually, since it's not raining anymore, I'm going to take my raincoat off so the puppets don't destroy it. Or NPCs. Screwdriver, some food. This was some more alcohol and some 22 ammo, which I'll pass on for the moment. We're good. Let's see what we got in here. Nothing. You can just open your tab menu and some of this stuff. They really don't have anything to search in these. So you just open up your tab menu. Oh, there's an onion. We'll eat it. there's a Leica. We might be able to finish up our Leica here. Some vinegar and some barberry. See what this Leica needs. Does not have a seat, does not have a rear bumper, so it's no good to us. But it does have this here car battery. That is good to us. Alright. I'm going to go search the scrap piles and save these cars for a little later, since I want just scrap for the moment. Sometimes there's a vehicle up here that spawns. Not today, though. Okay, so we're full of scrap. I'm going to run this back to the box. This will be enough scrap for us for now. And then we're going to search the cars. We're going to search all these cars for good stuff, which we're probably going to find a lot of good stuff. And we're going to try to... We might try to pick up a couple extra Rager wheels as well. And these tires, you can get different wheels. So there's 3 Rager wheels right there. That's I don't remember how many was on that car at that town, but we've got all 4 right here right now. So let me go drop this stuff off in the box. Alright, so easy thing to do if you've got a bunch of stuff in your bag that you don't want to drag and drop kind of thing, just double click it. And drop it on the ground. This stuff we're going to keep. Dump box. It's a good screwdriver we'll keep. And then, like this dump box is in my way at the moment, I'll put it in the car. And then I'm going to step away from the car to get it off my screen. Now I have the scrap and the box that I want the scrap to go in right here. And then you can just drag and drop really easy from here. Some of it thinks you're double clicking, so it'll go back in your bag. But just double click it, drop it back on the ground, and then you can do the same thing here. It's a lot easier to do it that way than go from your bag. Now, as far as scrap goes, this isn't a lot of scrap, but for now, this will get us by with building a couple extra things in the base. So that'll be good enough. I'm going to search the building and the cars to see what we get here. And that will probably do us after that, as far as this place goes. Toolbox is great. Blisters, charcoal blisters. Charcoal is the most expensive medicine you can pick up. So that little backpack I just picked up, that's a quest item. Crutch is a quest item too. This is a quest item. Don't need that. That's cement. Vitamins, we'll take it. We don't need it though. That's cheap. Probably could take some gloves. Wire, we are definitely taking because we don't want to make rope at the base. Candles, we're going to have the Halloween update soon. I'll show you guys a cursed puppet suit. Bolts is okay. I'm good on that. Good on that. Good on that. What do we got here? This is a back left seat for a Volkswagen. Some more wire. The jerry can we can use because we needed that for a couple of quest items, or for a couple build items. So maybe we'll grab it. Box of bolts, 12. Wire. I want the wire. I want the toolboxes. There's the new military axe. I haven't used this yet. Let's check it out. Bolts and nails, and that hot plate, that electric stove is a quest item. We want these gloves for kill boxes. New firefighter's helmet. This one's slightly better. Gloves for kill boxes. Head torch. We've got a couple of them now. We really don't need them anymore. Firefighter pants. Earplugs. And more firefighter pants. We also have a couple things to search here. Another axe. Good toolbox. Definitely take that. Yeah, those gloves are a little beat up. We'll take that toolbox. Definitely take that weapons repair kit. And then we also have back here in the little secret spot, there's a military stuff. There's a 2200 mag. Hats, not anything good. These pants are good. We'll take these pants over the firefighter pants. Another hunter mag. Alright. And a smoke grenade and some gunpowder. We'll take that stuff. We'll just take a peek over here. There is a dirt bike. I did see this earlier. I didn't see what it had though. It does have an engine. So we could potentially build this here. There's a potential we find the body and definitely the wheels. So we could build that here. Let's go drop this stuff off in the box. Actually, we got the upstairs to search. I think I still got a little bit of room. Yeah, I got a little bit of room. The upstairs is going to have screwdrivers and good stuff up here. Bolts. We're good. What's in here? We could search these. Get cookbooks. There's stew. We'll take that. Some duct tape and bobby pins. We'll take that. More duct tape. Some more books to search here. Stew again. Another toolbox. We'll take it. See if we can carry it. There's a screwdriver. I'll come back for the tomahawk in a minute. I don't really need the needle at the moment, and the Coke can is not that important. Ink pens are for mines. You really don't need it at all in sandbox mode. There's another toolbox. Okay, we need to go drop some stuff off. Full. There's lots and lots and lots and lots of good stuff in here, man. There's no reason for you to not like spawning here if this was the first place you dropped in at. All right, loot box, dump box. This stuff in here. This we'll put in the car. This backpack's a quest item. That's a quest item. This we can put in here. We'll put this raincoat at the bottom again. Actually, we'll just switch our gear out. It's a little hot to wear that. I do need to fix those boots. Dump, dump, dump. This is going to be a good box. So quest. This is loot run. Dump, dump. Grab our tomahawk. Toolbox. Another crowbars, quest item. This is a quest item. Not really worth anything. Another toolbox. Dude, toolboxes are awesome. It's not something else I really hate passing up sometimes. Here we go. Sporn bag. Sporn bag is an awesome upgrade. And actually, we'll just leave the waste bag there. We don't need it anymore. Bobby pins, duct tape, definitely. Locks. We really don't need locks, mainly because we don't have anything to worry about as far as players locking anything up. We'll take the bottle. Actually, I think I will take a couple boxes. I want to build a locks because I want to build a lockpicking board. So we'll take a couple of these. I think I need 3. Ink pen for mines. Bobby pins. Baseball bat. We could add nails to it, and it's a great melee weapon. Sharpening stone, quest item. Also really good for taking care of your tools. This, I think this said 19 nails. We're going to take it. Paper. There's a shovel. This will be good for base building. Another screwdriver. Awesome. Fuse. All right. So this is done. I think we'll fertilizer would be a good take. Another toolbox. Look how many toolboxes we've snagged up. Like, this place is all awesome for toolboxes, and you could literally come here and make as many as you want. Because with the scrapyard, you can make as many bolts and nails as you want, and then you take those bolts and nails and make toolboxes, and then you can just take the rest of the scrap and make, you know, all kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff. Oh yeah, I forgot. When you drop a box, the puppets get alerted. So if you got puppets anywhere near you and you drag a box out of something and drop it, they will be attracted to that sound. We'll keep that for now. Okay, so dump box is full. Next, what we're gonna do is just start put the loot round box in here, and we'll start dumping stuff into the car at this point, because I'm gonna have to sort it all later, and I don't want to fill up my loot run box with a bunch of crap. And we'll put this in here for later. I don't need it. We'll use the bow. We want to level up our archery. So the next thing I want to search is the cars. So what I'm looking for in the cars is screwdrivers, lead plate. Cell phones are pretty decent. These batteries are quest items. I don't need the cell phones in this server because, well, in the sandbox, because we're not going to be making much C4. So I can find those anywhere. Oil filter is a quest item. I could, since I'm going to be checking a bunch of cars, start another pile of bolts and nails, because I will fill them. See, look. This is good for thread. The glue is quest item, but fishing line is good for thread. If that's another reason why I like spawning here. You can get fishing line pretty good. This 11 use of toolbox, not really worth taking, to be honest. We could probably fix something with it, but not really worth carrying this toolbox for 11 uses. Might be able to fix our helmet. There we go. And in these cars, what you have is about every 10 cars you can search. So there's like a little divider. You'll see how they kind of get whopper jawed in some spots, and then that means you can search them again. So like here is a different spot than here. So you got gunpowder in that one, nothing in here. But if you go down 3 cars, it's the same thing. So you go down about right here, same thing, and then right here is going to be different. So that's how you figure out the cars. It's about every 10 cars or something. Lead plate, we're taking all lead plate. Oil filters, we'll take them. Stack our bolts. We got a couple cars to search here. The remote sensors are good for our automatic door, like a remote door switch, which we'll build later. But for now, we don't need. Do need that bolt. Bolts, nails. Duct tape is a quest item. Quest item, quest item. Quest item. Lots of quest items in here, especially for level 1 quest. Lock, we really don't need, but we'll take it. You can always sell the locks. Candles is gonna have the Halloween update here soon. Let's show you guys how to get the first puppet suit. Don't need that. So we're getting to the point where we don't really need much more oil filters. It'll take us a while to go through these. Plus, they're only for level 1 quest, and we won't be on level 1 quest for too long. But these locks, these cars have locks. Great for locking up your base, PvE wise, PvP wise. Sometimes if you get the gold locks, silver locks aren't bad. Another oil filter. Cell phone, scrap. And then I'm just gonna run down the side of these this time. Lead plate. I'll hit this one. There's a lock. There's another light. Hit this. Screwdriver, bolts, nails. Okay, so there's one stack. We can move these down and start another one. These gloves are a quest item. Taking all the lead plate. And we got some car parts in the bigger stacks. Bolts, nails. Bolts, nails. Needle is a quest item. The wrench. This wrench is a quest item. There's a Hellrider skull for the dirt bike. Glue is a quest item. Brake oil is a quest item. The scalpel is a quest item too, but it's an oddball shape, so I'll wait, pick it up later. Battery's a quest item. Radio's a quest item. Some shotgun shells. So there's another reason why I say it's a good place to start. You could just make you an improvised rifle right from the go. Use them shotgun shells. I'm going to collect one more bolt and we're going to call it done on there. Same with the, got two more to collect on the nails. There's a dirt bike fender. Another candle. Okay. There's a 1911 mag. Nothing special in there. Another bolt. Okay, so we're done with bolts. Another dirt bike fender. There's a nail. We're done with nails now. There's a cruiser fender in there as well. Lead plate, battery, quest item. Nails are done. Lead plate. There's like a door. Some duct tape. That's a quest item. Oil filter. I think we're good with oil filters for now. More lead plate, batteries. Another needle, quest item, lock. Glue is a quest item. Some fishing hooks in there. We don't need them though. There's a Hellrider body. So that's one part. Where'd it go? There it is. That's one part you need for, that's the body you need for that dirt bike over there, for the engine. So if we find the wheels, that thing is operable. Some more glue, brake oil, fishing line, more lead plate, definitely taking the lead plate. Duct tape, we'll take it. There's another toolbox, lead plate, duct tape. Nothing good in there. There's armor for the quad. So yeah, you can find some good stuff in the scrapyard. There's seats, Volkswagen seat. Radio is a quest item. And there's a Volkswagen bumper, and there's a front bumper for the Leica. I could probably use that. I'm sure I'll knock mine off at some point. It's a good pick. Fishing reel, more. There's some more quest items in there, but they're not worth taking at the moment for me right now. I got plenty of them. What's that? Volkswagen bumper, more quest items. that we got plenty of. Another oil filter, plenty of. And actually, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this toolbox, because I think I need 10 uses and a workbench. Let's finish searching this real quick. Bobby pins is quest item. Lead plate, definitely taking. Glue, quest item. And the rest of that stuff's good. I will take an extra oil filter because I'm getting ready to use one. The fuel cans in there are worth it, but lead plate, I am full now. So what do we sacrifice? How about we sacrifice... Oh, let's see. How about we sacrifice a lock, because we don't need them in this server, in sandbox mode. B0 drop. Alright, so we're done here. Let's craft us a suppressor. And we got a B0 drop coming in, literally right over by, literally right over here. So we need to buy 10 more minutes. Come in here, and there is some stuff we can search. There's a drill, that's good. Need it, but I don't have the space for it. And we'll craft our suppressor. Now, this suppressor isn't going to be the greatest, but what it'll do is help us defend off the hordes of puppets. That we can repair it with what's left of the toolbox. There's a good knife there as well. I would like to have this drill. Put it in our hand for now. Sometimes you can get food in here. Little cans of sardines. Sometimes. Not all the time. Alright. I think what we'll do, since we gotta wait for the drop, hopefully this one will actually drop. We'll go over here. We'll finish fixing our suppressor with that toolbox we throw on the ground. We'll drop this stuff off at the car. We'll get another backpack load of scrap since we got 10 minutes to kill. I think that toolbox was down here. And then we'll loot the drop, and we'll head down to A0 Trader and see what kind of quests we can do there. Maybe it was in the other... Maybe it was right here. Yeah, right there. Not right there. What is that? Oh, it's just some little red can or something. There it is, right there. Alright, fix the rest of your suppressor. 75%. We can sacrifice another toolbox to fix it. We found like 6 or 7 of them here now. I need to eat as well. Food's about gone. Get some stamina. Alright, we don't have much room in the car. Actually, no, we do, because this is mostly quest stuff. So quest, 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 quest. Lots and lots and lots of quests. Needles are quest. Broken gloves are quest. Glue is quest. Radio is quest. Duct tape is quest. Batteries are quest. But look at all this lead plate. So, you know, if if you were near here, you know, if you based near here, this lead plate that you could collect every day would be super valuable. Throw this stuff up here. And actually, I have locks. I have lots of locks, so let's we don't need to, but force a habit for me on this one. There we go. All the quest items. One more. Okay, see what we can throw in here. Nothing. This thing is full. Loot run. I'll tell you what, we'll just go ahead and put the locks in loot run. And I need the bolts and nails at the bottom. Put this in loot run. This is a quest item, and then the rest of this stuff can go in the car. So loot run, dump, quest, scrap, all the rest in the car. All right, let's get one more backpack of scrap since we're gonna wait. I need to put the drill in the quest box as well. And some food. I'll grab some rice. Some more food. Alright. Just grab a little more scrap. Which we got all those piles up here we can still search, so got plenty of resources for scrap still. I'm gonna say this is, yep, that's the last one. All right. One more pile of scrap down. So this scrap that I've collected is going to be great for a couple things at the base, like building cabinets and stuff like that, which we'll have to do pretty soon. I built them a little late last time, so we need to build them a little quicker this time. Still haven't seen the drop. All right. That'll be enough scrap to get us started. Okay. Drop coming. There it is. Yes. Nice. Picks. Let's see. Do we got another one use? No, we don't. Let's use this one. Okay. Let's see what we got. Should see the puppets any minute now. No drop ships in the air, so we know it's not drop ships. All right, so the side of the whatever side the flare is on the drop is the side the door is on. So something to help you remember that. All right, let's see what we got. That yellow glove down there means I'm wearing gloves that make lockpicking harder. So if you take your gloves off, it's easier to lockpick. All right, let's see what we get. Behind door number 1, water, beverages, milk. It's not bad. Medical. It's not bad. Ooh, building stuff. It's not horrible. Hard to carry, but not horrible. Backpack. I will take this stuff. We'll utilize it. Desert Eagle kit. We'll definitely utilize that. Perfect for NPCs. But what I'll probably end up doing is using the ammo for a quest and a key card. Even better. A3. Alright, let's get out of here. A3 key card. If I'm not mistaken, A3 is an abandoned bunker. Ooh, abandoned bunker already. We haven't even been to a normal bunker yet. But luckily we have 48 hours on this card, and that's 48 hours IRL time. So in a normal server, like a PvP server, this timer would continue ticking no matter what. But in Sandbox, this timer stops when you log out. So when you exit the Sandbox mode or log out, however you want to say it. So we have quite a long time to do this key card. Because you figure if you only play 4 hours a day, you know, that's 4 divided by 48, you know, you can go quite a few days without using this card. All right, so sun's getting low. We're getting close to nighttime. That was a good success here. We got up to medium engineering. We got a bunch of quest items. I am going to throw. I'm going to take the loot run box. I'm just going to throw this in here for now since we're pretty full. The water and stuff we'll definitely utilize. Vitamins, painkillers we'll definitely utilize. I'll put the bandages and stuff down here for now. Typically I would use this stuff for quest items if I need to. But since we since we are like fresh, no bandages, no good bandages yet, I think we'll just keep them. I do need to get some good bandages, so before we do the bunker, I think we'll do the hospital to see if we can get some bandages, but we're not going to do the bunker today, so we're just going to keep that key card there. All right, put that away. Let's go to A0 Trader. A0 Trader and see what we have for quests there, and then we'll make our way back to base. All right, let's see what we got here.
Yeah. Welcome.
So we need 3 quests complete here before we open up the armor. Soap, chocolate candies, toolbox. We can definitely do the toolbox. We can definitely do the toolbox and the chocolate candies and maybe the soap.
That's disappointing.
Maybe. Let's see.
Change your mind.
No loitering. You either buy or get lost.
Let's see. I thought we had chocolate candies. Maybe not. Let's see. 34 uses. I'm going to fix my suppressor. Finish it up real quick. We'll see if we can still trade this in afterwards. 14 uses. I thought we had enough chocolate candies, but maybe not. Rice. Let's see, not in that backpack. What's in here? Hell, I don't even see the one we pooped out earlier. Of course, I don't have anything organized, and my OCD's kind of bothering me at the same time I'm looking. Did we put it in the quest items? That's a thought. All right, so we got 1 chocolate candy. We do not have soap, though. Don't have soap either, I should say. I think I bypassed the soap I seen earlier. So we got the toolbox. Even if we can't use this one, let's see what happens here.
Welcome. Could you help me with these?
Toolbox. And yeah, we can't use this toolbox because I used too much out of it. So we'll have to use it for something else. And we got to trade in one of our good ones. Dump box. We got a 35 use. That's one we can use. There's a 48 use. Okay, let's get rid of this one. Bam.
Welcome.
All right. So the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the phone booth one. Because I imagine we can get the phone booths done while we're out and about. But the rest of this is not good. So I was hoping to get at least to the armor, but that's okay. No problem. Loot run, dump box, quest box. And let's see how much we gotta fix to our car. I have $6,000, and some of this doesn't always cost a lot of money. So like $4 there, you know, that's cheap. $2 there, that's cheap. $4, that's cheap. $84, yeah, that'd be all right. $15, $200, $80. You know, some of this stuff is super cheap, but I could use the vehicle repair kits, but it's, for me, it's just simple. It's simple and easy to do here. Plus, it doesn't always cost a lot to do it. You know, you might use a repair kit and didn't even need to. What'd I just do? Took the wheel off. Why'd you take the wheel off? $79. And the seats, the chassis is expensive. The seat is $1. And the side of the body is $25. The chassis is always super expensive, $1,600 to fix. So the chassis, it's at 90%. We can just take a toolbox and go like this. Repair chassis. Easy. I spent maybe $500. No problem. All right, so there is a couple things I want to check here. This car pile here is usually pretty decent. Yep, pretty decent. There's a quest item there. We have quite a few radios now though, so some pretty good stuff in there, but we don't need any of it. Let's go out here. You could check all these cars. All these cars you could check and sell and buy, and there's all kinds of stuff you can do here. Scrap metal, you know, you can make stuff out of the scrap metal, turn around and sell them. Knives, all kinds of stuff. But these boxes right here are the ones I want to check. Bolt, nah. Earplugs, nah. There's some spinach, nah. Fishing hooks, it's alright. And then over here, I think we could search this. Nope, can't search that. I think it was behind it, maybe. Something over here you can see. Oh yeah, these. There's a carbon bolt for a crossbow. Wish it was more, but one's alright, I guess. Some more quest items. Sometimes you get yellow screwdrivers. Sometimes you get boxes of bolts, toolboxes, tools, all kinds of stuff you can get out here. But I think we're done at the trader. We'll head back to base because it's getting dark. Got all our boxes. Yep, got all our boxes. We don't need anything from him. We could buy the bumpers and stuff, but I'm sure we'll find them. We'll be okay. I'm gonna head back to base. I think we'll go ahead and stop here and get fuel. Hear Giggles over there. So we'll fill up our can as well, whatever we can, which isn't much after we're done. All right. Well, at least we got a full car. Actually, let's see what's in the gas station. Light, could take that. Ooh, there's a mountain bike here. We might snag that up. Take that back to base at some point. Waste bag, some pants. There's a Volkswagen alternator. That's good. Box of bolts, 16 uses, 17 uses. Some medical shears. Those are worth it. Some moolah. Actually, since we're here, I'm going to grab another cooking pot. Since we're heading back to base anyway. Let's get going. Keep an eye on Giggles in case he tries to rush us. We're good though. I like how they start running away from you when you're coming at them. Alright, anyway, we found a tractor here. I need the wheel. We need the seat too, but we got the other seat at the gas station, so we just need the wheel anyway. Let me grab my jack. Could use the hood as well. I don't know if I could put the hood in one of my boxes though. I think all my boxes are pretty stuffed. We could try it. Let's see what happens. Remove tractor hood. Yeah, boxes are pretty stuffed. Oh, we can fit it in there. Okay. Just barely. Alright. And the wheel, we can stick in here. We're good. No battery. Everything else is good. Nice. So we can secure a tractor. Alright. Need to turn off my flag, I guess. Got all kinds of stuff I need to bring into the base. I need to be careful with how I park this because the wall probably won't let me back in if I get out wrong. We'll have to probably sort something out with the supports. It's going to be a little tough to wiggle stuff in and out of here, I think. Yeah, it's not going to work out like I thought it was. We'll have to figure something out. The good thing about the Leica is we can pretty much drive circles around in this thing if we really want to. But once I get the Rager in here, it's going to be a little tough. So we'll have to figure something out with the supports. Park it here for now. At least those two there. Which I might be able to do something with those. So oh, I forgot to turn the lights off. Okay. Shut the door. Fix your car before you destroy it. Alright, so let's see what the sun looks like. Sunset. I kind of missed it. That's alright. We've got kind of got a good view. That's kind of what was important for me for this base location on the water was the sunset. So I enjoy sunsets. But we'll see what happens. We got a little bit to do still. Let me turn the light on. We got the little bit to do on there to get the garage right. Need to figure out the supports. We'll get them figured out though. That's not a problem. Figure out the supports. I could probably do. We can honestly probably open up all this, but then we miss out on the support that's here. So we just need to figure out if we're going to put something up top. Because if we're going to put something right there on top, then that's what matters. Because if I put something up there and I need a wall, right where the support is, then that's where the problem will fall. But I'm sure we'll figure it out. Could expand this a little bit more. We probably will expand this a little bit more, honestly. I'm probably gonna have a pretty good size first floor, and then we'll do something upstairs as well. And then I don't know. Lots of different thoughts. I just need to pin it down. Like I said, when I started building this, I kind of went and did it off of just feeling. Didn't have any plan, so we'll see what happens. I could make just a bunch of different doors as well. Like, we could just have a door for each vehicle. But, I don't know. I don't want that many doors. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyway, we've got a pretty decent amount of stuff today. We got the key card for the next time we do this. We've got lots of screwdrivers. I need to get that Desert Eagle up and going, or put the stuff up for quest. I need to go through and organize this stuff. We got quest items, and I need to just secure that tractor on the next episode. Lots and scrap and bolts and nails. So I'll show you what we're going to do with that on the next one. We did get a generator as well, which is awesome. We need to get a battery charger going first off, and we'll see what happens from there as far as that goes. But I still feel like we're doing pretty decent. I mean, we're really ahead of the game anyways because of day one, even if we did mess around a little bit with building a base and stuff today. So, you know, I don't feel too crazy behind or anything. I feel like we're ahead of the curve still. But we'll get it going. We will get it going. Frogs may get a little annoying at some point. But I do like the spot. Got a little cave over there we can go explore tomorrow too. Alright, well, we're going to call this episode 2, guys. That's going to be the end of it. Once again, I am very grateful for everybody who shows support and all the love and support. And yeah, man, I'm super grateful. I don't have enough words to thank you guys for all the love and support you guys give me. It's awesome. It's awesome. But yeah, we'll get this going, and yeah, we'll be back with some more streaming this week, and next weekend, next Sunday, we'll have another Sandbox episode, and yeah, it'll be good. Really grateful, guys. I hope you guys have a good rest of the day wherever you are. Whenever you see this, be safe out there. I'm out, guys. Have fun.